All right. All right, guys. I'm just trying to get into Insight Factory. All of a sudden, nothing wants to load. Huh. Isn't that just a kicker? Let's exit page. Nothing wants to load. Let me close everything over here and try this again. Alrighty, I think we're good now. Can everyone hear me today? If you can hear me, just reply in chat and let me know so I can see what's what. Yeah, I don't know why it went load. All of a sudden it just acted up, but now it seems to be just fine. All right, so we'll give it a minute, see who all shows up. Hi, Lori. We'll just give it another couple minutes. All right. If anybody has any particular items they want me to look for today, drop them in the chat so I can see that, and I will try to look for particular items, particular products, things like that if you want. I'm going to apologize ahead of time for my voice. I cannot kick this cold. So I'm going to try and go for the full hour, but if my throat starts acting up, we will see. Putting throat lozenges in now, so hopefully I make it. Everybody else in the house got over this cold like within 3 or 4 days. I'm pushing 2 weeks now and can't get rid of it. But and that's why we do these, Lori. That way, even if you don't have Insight Factory, you can tell me if there's certain niches or products that you are curious about, and we can look them up together and see what kind of competition and keyword research. Alternatives to PNG files and Tumblr apps. Other digital products like printables, things like that. Is that what you're talking about, Sabrina? Oh, okay. All right. Digital papers are always good. Um, they're popular. Wind spinners were actually, I believe, one of the top 10 digital digital file sellers in January. So I definitely think wind spinners are worth designing for. They were pretty darn popular last month, the design files for them. So, and license plates, I mean, we can look some of those up. I'm not 100% sure, but we can do some research here. In fact, let's do wind spinner PNG to get started. And we are looking at a bunch right here. And we can go with let's check the beginner friendly right off the top. The firefighter one here, that looks interesting. 4 listings. There's only 25 competition for it, which is very nice. Let's see what it's showing. And there's some different ones. Let's see what our research down here at the bottom says. Total items with sales, 21. Recent total orders, 2. Firefighter wind spinner. Common theme. All listings focus on wind spinners with a patriotic or firefighter theme, and indicating a niche market. Market gaps. Limited variety and themes beyond firefighter. So you could absolutely look at this, as for other first responders or nature themes. The competition on the wind spinners for this one in particular, firefighter, we're talking 25 other listings. So that's really good. Let's do the keyword research here quick. Bring this up. And we're seeing 1 of 25 listings on the first page of Etsy had at least one sale during the past week. 25 results for firefighter wind spinner PNG. So there really isn't much. Let me refresh this. Some of these images didn't load. And it could be me. Like I said, we had an ice storm overnight, and a lot of downed branches and things like that here this morning. So here we go. 2 sales. Last sale was today. 201 view, 4 views in the last week. Here we go. Now this one's a brand new listing. No sale yet. Is it blurry? I'm so sorry. Like I said, my connection might not be that great today because of the weather. But what I do usually is I will screenshot some of these pages and pop them in the group so that we can look back over them after the live. So we have, that one has made sales today. Now this one says no sale. Not recently, last month. Okay, I will have to look into that. Was this blurry last week? Was anyone here last week? Was it blurry then too? It could also be my streaming service. If that's what it is, I'll have to look into a new one. But I'm showing sales within the last month. I mean, this month is new. Think about it. We're only on the 6th. So, no sales this month isn't necessarily a bad thing when I'm looking here. Last month. So these all did have sales in January, all except this brand new one there's 2 here that it wasn't last week. Okay. Like I said, it could very well just be my connection this week because of the ice storm and the crazy weather and stuff. Hopefully it straightens out for everyone. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this and pop it into the group. Let me grab a new one here. 25 results for wind spinner, firefighter wind spinner PNG. I will go over. Let me start a new thread quick in the group and just start pasting screenshots in there. All right. All right, so we did the firefighter wind spinner. Let's close that one out. Let's see what other wind spinners we've got going on here. The dog breed wind spinner. Dog breeds are always popular in anything, shirts, you know, everybody just likes dogs. And dog people um, love to have things with their dog, their type of dog on it. My one daughter-in-law is a dog trainer, and yeah, the people she deals with, the dog owners, they live to have their dog on stuff. So dog breed products in general are always good. Um, so let's take a look at this wind spinner PNG dogs. 43 listings, competition, recent total orders. Let's see. Lack of variety, few listing focus on specific dog breeds, indicating a potential gap for personalized products. So if you did a series of these in, I don't know, you could go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to give you a list of even the 15 most popular dog breeds. That could be a way to go. Um, all right. Humor, personalization, suggesting a trend towards light-hearted, customizable home decor. All right, let's go up and take a look at the keyword research on this. $43 results. And we are seeing, this is just a door sign. I don't know why somebody gave it wind spinner tags to get more views, obviously. But it worked because they sold one today. And then we have the dog breed wind spinners here. This week, welcome to the doghouse, no sale, but that's again a brand new listing. It's only been up for 3 days. And last month, that's Wizard of Oz. Don't mess with that. Here's more dog breeds. So that's not bad. Let's take a look at this. Go over to Etsy quick and see what we see. This is in 4 carts. Bundled dog paw print wind spinner. All right. And let's do, what was the word? Wind spinner PNG dogs. Let's see what Etsy has to say about competition. Let's see. I do not like Etsy search anymore. It's bringing me back 1,000+ items with ads, but these are not dogs. And by any stretch, we have gnomes. We have this. We have that. Dogs welcome. Let's see. We have this one we already looked at. Dogs welcome. Let's see what this one says. Yeah, that has no breed on it. Mother of dogs. This looks like personalized, where they will put your dog's image on a wind spinner. And if you wanted to do customizable digital products, you can absolutely do something like this. But looking here, dog breed, dog-related wind spinners are pretty good. You shouldn't, you can't go wrong there. Again, dogs are always popular. Let me grab a screenshot of this. Just grab the top couple, just so we have the competition information. All right, and Let's see what else is in here under wind spinners. We got the peacock, flamingo, sea turtle, um, chickens. Chickens are crazy popular right now. 17 listings on the first page had sales this week. Now, this is saying there's a little bit more competition, 268, but that is, crazy low. That's nothing. Sales this month, 10. Sales this week, 5. Sales today, 1. So that's pretty good there. Let's see what they say. Is there any market gap? Not really. Common themes. Notable increase in sales this month, suggesting potential seasonal interest because of spring and summer decor trends. So if you were going to do chicken related wind spinners, I would get them designed and listed ASAP. So we have 269 results for wind spinner PNG chicken. And we're looking at sales this week, today, this month. This one says 2 sales, but it doesn't say anything recent. This week, last week. So there's definitely a market for chicken related wind spinner designs. And again, let me grab this. I know some people might think 269 is a big competition, but it's not. Anything under, like, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 is good. I would never complain about a product that has a competition level of, a few hundred. So let's keep going. Hummingbirds, more pet memorial, dragonflies. Of course, dragonflies are always popular. We just had a dragonfly design, yesterday in the group. We're looking 319 listings competing for the same keyword. Let's look down here. All right. Recent sales are consistent without significant spikes, indicating seasonal trends. So these sell all the time. It's a pretty standard seller. Let's go up here and pop into the keyword research. Alrighty, and again, here we go. We've got this week, today, last week, this month, and this month is only 6 days old. So this week, last week, this month. So again, this is another niche. I would definitely look at dragonfly wind spinners. So I will grab that so we can remember this for later. All right. Is there anything else that anyone wants to look at? We've done the wind spinners. I think we're getting a pretty clear idea that wind spinner PNGs are pretty popular. Is there any other particular digital product that anybody wants to look at? Oh, license plates. You wanted me to check on license plates. Let's see what we see. License plate PNG. And we have them at beginner friendly as well. And that just means beginner friendly just means that there is always going to be competition lower than 2,500 listings competing for the same keyword, and that they have a good sales signal, that they have been selling. All right. So let's see what we've got here. We got the camo license plate, 8 listings. Obviously, your license plate with the deer Mouse pads. Okay, absolutely. I will look at those in just a second. We'll check out a couple license plates and then we will head over and look for mouse pads. Here we see the deer with the American flag. Designs like that are always popular. I'm not sure what this camo bow did showing up in here. Somebody has their tags inaccurate. That's the only thing I can think. Customizable license plates for specific hobbies, hunting, unique designs featuring local wildlife or themes, potential gaps, more diverse themes beyond hunting, such as nature conservation or local flora and fauna. That's a good idea. Obviously, we see increased sales around hunting seasons or holidays related to outdoor activities, but there's not a lot of specific seasonal data. So, I think license plates will sell any time of year. It just depends on the design you're putting on them. We all know the patriotic designs anymore. Combining wildlife and patriotism just seems to go hand in hand. And why did this not? Let's do this again. Let's reload this page. Loading live data from Etsy. There we go. Okay. So we've got this one with the deer in front of the flag, sold this week. 16 views in the last 7 days. This one, badass. Okay, that one's kind of cute. 3 this week, 3 views. I'm not even going to look at this bow, obviously. Oh, that just came up because of deer hunting. All right. Another deer that sold today. Here's some bundles. Here's more deer last week. This, I don't know why this, no, somebody tagged this with deer hunting PNG. That's not it. That's a spiritual, religious, Christian themed license plate, but that sold in the last week too. So definitely your wildlife, patriotic license plates, that's a good market to look at. This is interesting. State license plates. 309 competition. This is really interesting. I really like this one. The keyword has a text score of 84, indicating good SEO potential. State license plate PNG. I really like this. Let's look down here. Lack of listings focused on specific themes like vintage or retro styles. So that's something to think about. Unique designs for specific states and themes, like is it Tennessee, California themes, patriotic retro. Digital downloads for sublimation and clip art are trending. Obviously, no clear seasonality is in this. But they may peak during holidays or events related to specific states, like state fairs or national holidays. That makes a lot of sense. And most listings are digital products, indicating a strong preference for instant access. All right. Listings often focus on individual states, suggesting a market for localized designs. So you might be able to even capitalize on more local. You're going to narrow your field of customers that way, but you could also make sales for, cities, maybe popular cities. Okay, so we have this month, this week, last week, this month, all reasonable time frame sales. This looks like a pretty This is a pretty neat design. Um, they take panels and take the letters. That looks pretty cool. I like that. I like that. And let's just do state license plate PNG. Okay. And we're showing 1,000+ items with ads. And I do want to show you, just in case you don't know, they took away our bestseller link here. So what you can do to still get to this, if you are doing research on Etsy and you're looking for bestsellers, click on Star Seller, and then up here in your address bar, your browser address bar, where it says star, replace that with best. And you can still bring up the bestsellers, in case you didn't know that. So then you can look through and see which designs are selling the best for the niche or product you're looking at. I'm seeing names is big. These, we've got cities here. That's I was just talking about that, doing cities. I like that one. I saw some of the ones that were on Insight Factory I thought were interesting were the license plates showing, let's go back over here. Let's go back in here. License plates right here showing popular destinations within the state. Like we have the Grand Canyon in Arizona. You might do the Empire State Building for New York. In Pennsylvania, maybe the Liberty Bell or something of that nature. So different popular destinations in a particular state that might go over well, but definitely license plates are a niche that you can look into and maybe do some research on eRank and get a better idea of different ones. All right, now let's go with mousepad PNG. See what we get here. All righty, teacher mouse pads. Put the teacher's name on, or at least leave a spot for customers to put a name on. This one looks pretty good. Teacher mouse pad, 10 listings, 211 competition. That's a nice number. And I'm seeing some popular designs right here. All right, recent total orders, 13. Total listings, 211. Items with a sale, that's 95. So almost half of the listings are making sales. All right, niche ideas, theme designs for specific occasions like Teacher Day, unique patterns like cheetah or groovy styles. Back to school time, common theme and titles, digital downloads, print on demand, obviously. Junk journals, okay. I'll have a look at those as soon as we are done taking a peek at these mouse pads. So the teacher mouse pads, that seems to be a pretty good one. Let's look and see what kind of recent sales data we have here. That is a good one, Carmen. Absolutely. Let's see, last week, this week, this week, this week, this month. So teacher related mouse pads are definitely something to look at. Here we go. Here's another teacher, floral mouse pads. Now this looks like a combination here of floral and animals, but I'm going to guess they just happen to have the picture of the pig on that one. But floral mouse pad is 565 competition. It's a little higher than some of the others, but I would, if I was going to make these now, I would absolutely focus on spring and summer flowers. Daily affirmation mouse pads, I like that idea a lot. Use a floral design and put a positive affirmation in the center of it would be a great way. Recent sales indicate activity, but no clear seasonal trends. And that's because everybody always needs mouse pad. So I wouldn't expect to see a huge seasonal trend for mouse pads. I would expect that they sell regularly. All right, here's a floral one, 3D flowers this week. This is floral, it looks like lilies. And last week, this week, this month. These look like they have names or monograms. Oh, this one's cute, a cow, flag, and sunflowers. Let's turn this up to 25 on the front page. Last month. But I mean, here we are going down through here, and we are seeing the majority of these having sales within the last month and last week for a lot of them. So floral mouse pads, that's a good one. I would definitely look at that. And like I said, I would incorporate things like positive affirmations or different cute animals that are popular right now. Your raccoons, your capybaras, they're popular. You know, your llamas are always popular. Different dog breeds on the mouse pad with florals, that would be a good one as well. Then we just have mouse pad designs. This says mouse pad PNG. So this is really broad. And even this only shows a competition level of 1,065. So that mouse pads in general, mouse pad designs in general should be a pretty good one. And then you can add, you know, different sarcastic flowers, mouse pad designs, cute mouse pad, vintage mouse pad, sarcastic. Let's just do the keyword research on these because this is just a general, very, very general keyword, mousepad PNG designs. I would expect. Now, some of these are bundles, and it's up to you if you want to do bundles. This one's had 14 sales since it was listed just in December, so that's pretty good. This one had a sale yesterday, this week. This is another bundle. Nurse, I would definitely look at occupations on mouse pads, like your teacher, your nurse, your doctor, you know, any profession that needs to use a computer, I would consider a good subject for mouse pads. All right, so now let's take a look at junk journal PNG. These are all digital. All right, now this one says, I'm only getting a couple results under beginner friendly. So let me look under digital products. Let's narrow it down a little. No, and I'm guessing there's not a lot of, let's just look for junk journal. Eliminate the PNG, see what we get. Let's go back to beginner friendly. All right, and I think we did look at some of these last week. The Quirky Bird Pocket Junk Journal, that one I believe had decent sales signals. Let's look down here. Quirky Bird Ephemera Junk Journal Kit. Right. spring themes. So let's do a keyword research on this. And this looks like stickers here. Fussy cut, yeah. This one looks like this is actually junk journal stickers, but it's in 13 carts. So that wouldn't be a bad idea. It looks like we got some quirky birds and different things that go along with them, like fences and tree stumps and whatnot. So that could be a pretty interesting product there, the funny birds. And I'm seeing this one had a sale yesterday. All right, and this looks like it's probably from the same shop. This one's in 16 carts. This is the ephemera kit. I'm guessing these are tagged. I don't do junk journals, so I am really unfamiliar with a lot of the terms. So I'm guessing ephemera kit is talking about tags and pockets and things of that nature. Am I correct? But it does look like these cute and funny birds are having some good sales signals right now. Everything on here is showing today, yesterday, this week. Um, and there's not a lot of competition for that quirky bird or funny bird. So if you do junk journals, that might be one to look into. Um, Coffee cups and coffee papers. And looks like coffee drinks and desserts. Let's look at this one. Yeah, coffee themed junk journal kits, digital papers, junk journal half papers. And am I correct in assuming when they say junk journal half papers, are they referring to an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, or a, what would it be? 8.5 by 5.5? I'm not sure. Because to me, that's a half a piece of paper. 8.5 by 5.5. Oh, okay, yes. 5.5 by 8.5. Half sheet. All right. So these are half sheets, and they are in 5 carts. So that looks pretty interesting. But these coffee themed junk journals. Let's take a look at the sales signal or the keyword research on here. But first, coffee this week, last week, this month. Here's one that says no sale yet, but it was only listed on the 25th of January. So it is roughly, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks old. Last month. So coffee themed junk journals and ephemera would be a decent product to consider. And then we have a self-love junk journal kit. That just looks like a lot of florals, vintage bluebirds, some more birds, coffee and pastries junk journal. Another one showing up on the first page here for coffee, more birds. So I think the bird and coffee and dessert theme is definitely something to look at. Junk journal for Christmas, I would probably pass on that right now since it is February. The Dark Carnival, we did look at this last week. Creepy clowns, things of that nature. We can take a look, a real quick peek here at the keyword research on it. So we have Dark Carnival, and yes, here we have our Creepy Clowns this week. These are a sticker set this week. Carnival of Shadows, which is dark and creepy. Dark Carnival. So today. So anything creepy, I would say what? Gothic, dark academia, just spooky, creepy type of clown or carnival, circus, that kind of thing would be pretty good to look into if you do junk journal kits. Nurse junk journal pages. All right, I don't recall this one popping up last week. So that's interesting. This might have made some moves. Nurse junk journal pages. All right, let me look here. Nurse junk journal, vintage nursing ephemera. This says sales appear consistent without significant fluctuations. Market gaps, limited variety and themes beyond nursing. So there's a potential for expansion into other medical professions. So that is good. It does look from the pictures here that we are looking mostly at vintage nursing and maybe some grunge on the digital papers here. So we're seeing this week, yesterday, this week, yesterday, this week, last week. So I'm seeing some good sales trends there, and there is only 61 results in competition for nurse junk journal pages. So for you junk journalers, I would definitely say the nursing occupation might be something to research a little bit further. Don't take what I do here as law. Do a little bit of research on your own. Check with eRank, maybe do some extra research on Etsy, because that's what I do. I might come here and find some ideas, but then I need to verify those ideas with other research tools like eRank and like here. Let's just run to eRank real quick. I don't really like to do that. I like to keep everything in Insight Factory when we do these lives, but let me get logged in here and eRank is going to want to update my store information because it's a pain. All right, nurse junk journal pages. Let's see what eRank has to say about this. And and sometimes the data differs from site to site, so you just have to look everywhere and take it as with a grain of salt. Now, like, this is showing 0 searches for this. However, okay, nurse junk journal is only showing 273 results. It is showing low searches, but obviously somebody, nurse journal. So let's click on nurse junk journal, and maybe that will give us some more related keywords. But obviously somebody is searching for these things, or they wouldn't be selling with the data in Insight Factory. Okay. And I have found Insight Factory to be fairly reliable with its data. Obviously eRank is pretty reliable as well. And, sometimes their data is a little bit delayed too. Everybody's data is a little bit delayed. Nobody's getting information today. But we have, the nurse journal, only 5,000. Nurse junk journal, 273. Junk journal folio, 5,000. Gothic junk journal, 17,000. That's still good search competition. So if you combine a bunch of these, medical junk journal, again, 451. So if you combine a lot of these keywords into your tags, you know, even if somebody's not exactly searching for nurse junk journal page, you're still going to come up in a lot of different search results. Like here, junk journal kit, junk journal pages, printable journal, printable vintage, nurse journal kit, nurse ephemera. Um, so you just have to, like I said, do some of your own research and decide what you think is worth looking into more. Mountain Dreams Junk Journal that has 8 listings, 65 competition, 8 listings on the first page, had sales this week. Then we have Edgar Allan Poe over here. It says 10 listings, 67 competition. So this would be very interesting. I like this. The Edgar Allan Poe digital papers, folio elements for tags and things like that. All right, and let's perform the keyword research on this. See what this says. I am seeing a trend more towards like a gothic type theme when it comes to junk journals. All right, so yesterday, this week, today, this week. So this is another good niche that I would probably look at closer if I sold junk journals. All right, is there anything else we want to look at today? Anybody else have any um, particular digital products you want me to look for? Any particular niche you want me to look and see if there is anything happening? Because we are just about at the end of our hour. And if there is something you want me to look up real quick, we can do it. And see, we have winter, autumn, passport, junk journal, passport printable. That's interesting. I don't recall seeing this last week either, where it looks like a passport. That is kind of cute. Garden flags. All right. Yeah, my designs isn't fantastic. Any digital with low comp, high demand, that is, that's the thing. That's what we're looking at here. If it says these are hot sales signals this week, I know you don't think 18 sales is much, but when there's only 70 competition, that's pretty, high. I mean, let's search this out by sales signal. All right. And eliminate beginner friendly. And let's just go real general here quick. Let's do sublimation PNG real quick. Sort by sales signal, digital products. Okay. Now, even here, that's not what Insight Factory does. I mean, it does. It tells you these have hot sales signals this week. 7 listings on the first page had sales out of 23 listings. That is what I consider high demand, low competition. When 7 different listings out of 23 make a sale this week, that really is high demand. Now, if you are thinking, what is going to be on here that's really low competition, but 300 sales this week, that's not going to happen. By the time something is getting like 300, 400, 500 sales a week, it's also got a lot more competition than products that you're going to find, digital files that you're going to find in here, because Insight Factory does focus more on low competition keywords and niches so that beginners can thrive. They have things that they can rank for, over the big stores that, just automatically get the traffic because they have um, so many listings, so many followers, and that kind of stuff. All right. So, anything in here that says it's a hot sales signal, I consider that low comp, high demand. Um, and you just have to, weed through them. Like I said, do research here. Um, if I showed you something here and you're not sure about it, then go look on eRank or Everbee or even Etsy and see what kind of information you can find there. And if it looks like it might be something that might take off later, or if it's just something that's always going to have low competition. So you should be able to rank for them and take advantage of the um, searches that do come through for that type of product, if that made sense to you. I hope I didn't confuse anyone. All right, let's take a look at garden flags real quick. Garden flag, PNG. All right, so here we have always loved, never forgotten hummingbird garden flag that has 8 sales out of 67 competition. So that has, a pretty good sales signal for this week. It means, it is pretty much in demand with not a lot of competition. The cardinal, again, that's, going to be a given. But I was recommended red and crimson digital papers. But it's only the first page of listings that has sales. But okay, let me go back here. Let's do this. Red and crimson digital papers. Right, it's not doing anything. Are you sure? Because I am getting nothing here for red and crimson digital paper. Let's see what we're getting here on the keyword research. Okay, 617 results. And this does say right here, 5 out of 100 listings on the first page resulted in sales this week, at least one sale this week. That's not saying that only listings on the first page had sales. It's just telling you that when somebody searches, 5 of the 100 that show up sporadically or randomly on the first page did have sales. That doesn't mean that somebody didn't buy from the second page of results. So, it's always going to just tell you, look, somebody did a search for this product. When the first page came up, it had 100 random listings on it, and 5 of those made a sale in the last week. So that's a pretty good sales signal, if because it's unusual for that to happen. People will scroll and they will go and they will look, and you may not. I probably buy off the first page maybe 1 out of 10 times I browse on Etsy. So, I'm sure I'm not the only person like that. I look and look and I browse and I browse. So, but this is just saying that 5 of the 100 on the first page did have sales. It's not telling you that listings on the second page and the third page didn't have sales. It just is letting you know that people bought this right away. They are coming to buy. Okay. You are in right now. There is no sales on those listings. These listings are not all from the first page. These are just, okay. These are just the products that had sales. They're not necessarily ranked by how they show up on Etsy. If I go back here, okay, let me go back to page 1. All right. And this is what we're seeing here. And we are sorting by last sale, correct? Now, if I take this keyword, the red and crimson digital paper, and I go to Etsy and I paste that in and I search for it. The listings that come up over here are not necessarily the listings that come up on the first page over here on Etsy, because every search that's done on Etsy is personalized to the user. So it doesn't, even if it says over here that, I don't know how to explain this, but just because this shows that after 100 listings there were no sales, that doesn't mean that these are all the first page listings for everybody who goes to Etsy. Does that make sense? I won't see the same thing you see when you search on Etsy. You won't see the same thing that Sabrina sees when she goes to Etsy and searches for this keyword. Etsy pays attention to our browsing history and the things we do on Etsy and gives us personalized search results. So what you see here does not mean that what you see here is the same thing. Like, yes, it has the first 100 listings showing sales, but this right here, listing number 2, that may have only shown up on the first page for Sabrina. And these roses here may have only shown up on the first page for you. These are just taking listings in general. This is not sorting it. This is not taking our personal browsing into consideration. This is just giving us sales by listings. It does not mean that every one of these is on the first page for every person that goes to Etsy. Does that make any sense? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain? That even though they're saying listings on the first page, it doesn't mean these are the first page for everybody. So, yeah, the first 100 listings had sales, but it may not have been on the first page when you searched for it. When you searched for it and you bought it, it may have shown up on the third page. Yeah, okay. I hope I'm explaining myself. It's really weird because we don't all get the same results when we search on Etsy. So when you're using a tool like Insight Factory, like Everbee, like eRank, and I think eRank or Insight Factory's wording saying that 5 out of 100 listings on the first page had sales. So it makes you think that, oh, if I don't rank on the first page, then I'm not going to make any sales, which isn't 100% accurate, because my first page and your first page and Chloe's first page are not the same. They're never going to be the same. We all search for the same keyword and we could all end up with different results on our first page. Okay? All right. So now that we have that figured out, I hope I didn't confuse myself and anyone else anymore. Let's do a couple garden flag PNG. Yes, we see different first pages. And Insight Factory should probably try and figure out a different way to say what they're saying, because it does confuse people. It does make them think, oh my God, if I don't land on the first page, I'm not going to make any sales. And yet, you know, that's inaccurate because, well, and even if it was accurate, with only um, 300 or 400 other items in competition for that same keyword, as long as you're putting up a good product and using good tags and using a good title, you could easily rank on the first page. So you just have to look at it, you know, in different ways. All right, so let's go back. I went too far. We'll just do a couple garden flags real quick as we hit our hour. And Everbee does seem to be the least reliable out of everybody. And it's crazy because I paid for that for a year and now it just sits there dormant because I've stuck more to Insight Factory and eRank. I've always used because it's really so affordable. And I've been testing out Allura to see what their data is like, to see how accurate that is. I haven't made a final decision on that one yet. So anyway, on the garden flags, we have hummingbirds, cardinals, which I expected. I would expect to see birds and florals, obviously. Memorial garden flag. If you wanted to do custom digital products, you could make a design and list it as a custom, and then people would just send you the photo of their loved one. You put it together and then you email them their file. So that would be pretty good. Mom's Garden is full of love. This could be a interesting one if you wanted to do custom garden flags, especially with Mother's Day coming up. You could do something like that. Garden flag with name. I'm not going to get into that too much because that is a personalized product and not everybody wants to do customized. Gnomes, I mean, that's always, you know, garden gnomes. And even that is gnome garden flag PNG. There's only 973 competition for that, which seems very, very low. Gnome garden flag PNG. Let's see what we get here. Last week, these are more Valentine's Day themed. I wouldn't anticipate those lasting much longer. Here we've got one with sunflowers and honeybees, and we have a fishing gnome, and those are this week, this month, Easter. And that one's not getting very good sales, 20 from release date. But that could, you know, I don't know. Let's go look. There's got to be a reason why this isn't getting any listings or any views or anything like that. So it's in one cart. Let's take a look. Okay, this is a store that literally has one sale and 11 listings. So that would explain completely why this listing is just not performing in any way, shape, or form. All right. Here we go. More Christmas. And even they're still selling. That's insane. I just sold like 3 Christmas files today, and it just boggles my mind. So garden gnomes, always popular as far for garden flags. Thanksgiving, not this time of year, but your florals, your hummingbirds, your cardinals, and I'm not seeing really more. Let's do beginner friendly. And yeah, we're looking at cardinals and hummingbirds. Welcome to the Dog's House. This is another one that you could customize. Welcome Winter. No, you don't want to do that now. Trick or Treat. And again, more custom. I am seeing a lot garden flags for the most part. Um, I believe there's one or two popular sizes. What I would do for this is I want to say they're about 12 by 18. I'm not 100% sure. I have it in my book, but I don't have that sitting at my desk with me right now. Excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, but typically when I need to figure out how big to make something, I hit Amazon and I search for the blank, and then I look at garden flag sublimation, and then I will look here and see what the most common sizes are. Here we go, 12 by 18, 12 by 18, uh, basically 12 by 18. So I thought that's what it was. So I would make my garden flag designs 12 by 18. On the, for what, Chloe, for Insight Factory, the starter plan? I think in Insight Factory, yeah, the starter plan should be, I mean, with the exception of, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me go back here. Let me go back here. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I think the starter plan is fine. Really, the only thing you're not going to get that I get is this extra sales data at the bottom here. Um, it's not going to tell you, if there's any, niche opportunities. Like here it says extract niche opportunities, funny animal themed, seasonal, personalized, market gaps. Um, a few listings focus on specific holidays or personalized messages. Um, and it tells you that, if there's any holidays where you see an uptick in sales and stuff. So that's the only thing you don't see. You still get this information. You still get to tick on the beginner friendly, and you still get the keyword research. So, unless you want that extra trend research data that it gives you, the starter plan is just fine. I think that's fine. I used that for probably a couple years, and I just recently upgraded to the next level. So I got a little more information, and that's mostly because of the community. So I could share that information with everyone else. So, okay, guys. The gap data is interesting. I will say that. It's up to you whether you think that's worth the extra expense. Um, I like it, but like I said, I try and share that information with everyone in the community. When I get it. So, I try to come through here at least once a week and find a couple hot items that look like their sales signal is moving up and share them with the group. And sometimes we find some really odd things. Like, what was it the other day? Sea slug stickers. The sales trend for them was moving up, and I was just really surprised. So I think I'm going to wrap it up now for this week. Um, we will do this again next Thursday. And in the meantime, if you think of any products or niches you want to look at specifically next week, let me know and I will see what we can do. All right, guys. I hope you have a great day. And yes, please click like, please click subscribe if you haven't already. and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.